CN Sports, talking football with the head coach of the Valley Huskers, Bob Reist. And Bob, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Trying to, manage the new reality of life right now, and in the process of just moving around and getting a lot of painting and yard work and stuff done, and as well as a heck of a lot of football and recruiting. So, life is busy right now.
Is it a strange time for you because with everything going on in the world, it's still, at least off the season, almost business as usual in terms of trying to build that roster and fill some of the holes from guys that have moved on to university or have graduated?
Yeah, I mean, certainly this is, off season and business as usual in the sense that this is our time to be doing recruiting and making these phone calls that we are doing every single day. But certainly it is different. Cancellation of spring camps made a huge difference this year. Changes the way you're recruiting now. Kids don't have the opportunity to come in and look at our program, compare it to another program. So you got to kind of to sell and get commitments out of trust, really, and through building relationships. And that's what you are always doing, but, more emphasis certainly on that this year.
How hard was it last year trying to plug some of those holes? You lost an amazing quarterback, a deep threat in Anthony Dick, Dawson Davis on defense, even Vaughn Richardson, who I thought could have been an amazing power back this past season. Was that tough to fill those holes?
I mean, certainly. I mean, all those guys that you named were very top level players in this league. And the first guys we knew that they were leaving, obviously aging out. Vaughn was a surprise. That one came late. Playing rugby this year. Certainly it's always tough to fill talent like that. I thought we did a great job in recruiting last year, and on paper, I thought we did a pretty good job of filling those holes. I think it's no surprise we had some problems with the roster and with our team. So, didn't get the end result that we were looking for, but certainly losing those guys was a tough hole to fill.
Do you think with what you and the staff were able to accomplish the year before that, and making the Huskers relevant in the football community here in the Valley again, do you think that holds a lot of weight when you're trying to recruit these kids from back east and even here in your backyard?
Yeah, I mean, sure, kids want to know about the program that they're entering, right? So, I think a lot of things have changed since in the 3 going into 4 seasons that I've been here now, and I think we're starting to be able to bring some stability to the program, which is always nice to sell kids with as well. So, the kids we're recruiting are very educated kids. They ask good questions, and certainly we're not shy to talk about the program and where we view ourselves moving forward.
Now, are you able to keep in touch, through Skype, through Zoom, with some of the leaders on your team and some of your coaches as you prepare for at least hopefully a shortened season this year, if nothing else?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'm in contact with some of my coaches, daily, if not multiple times throughout the day. And our players too. We touch base with the guys and make sure, with the cancellations of spring camp and just to encourage guys that, hey, we are preparing for a season. We don't know, when or what exactly that looks like. But, for us, it is full steam ahead in preparing for whatever we get for a season.
You're based in the prairies there for a while, despite playing your junior football back here. And I think it was last week, they got dumped on with snow, I know, in Saskatchewan with my in-laws. And does that kind of make you smile knowing that you're settled in here 2 years in the beautiful Valley?
Yeah, I mean, I spent 15 years in the prairies, and coming back to the Valley was a welcome and a blessing in that sense, for sure. I love my time there, but I certainly do not miss April snow and the temperatures that come along with that. So no, I'm pretty happy. It's I think 20 degrees and sunny out here right now. So
There we go. Have you been able to tackle any hobbies or any chores that maybe you couldn't have got to because you're so busy as a recruiter and a head football coach? Have you been able to do that as a result of what's going on in the world?
Yeah, no, like I kind of touched on at the beginning, I've been doing, that it's been a huge part of what I've been doing lately, recruiting. And we just moved into a new house, just last week. So there's been a lot of, tearing stuff down and painting and getting the yard ready to go. And, all the things that you can't normally do that you got to find the time to do. So luckily, with, staying home more, I've been able to take care of that and still put a lot of time into recruiting.
You're 2 years into your BCFC head coaching tenure. Are you surprised at how challenging the conference is, or were you prepared for that coming in?
Actually, I'm 3 years in. Just
Oh,
completed
3 years
my
now,
third
sorry.
year. Yeah. This is a conference that I've always been very familiar with. I played my junior football here. I know the competitiveness of this conference, and I don't think when I took this job that, I was expecting this to be a breeze. I knew the situation that I was coming into and that we were trying to change. So, this last year especially, like I think the talent level was some of the highest I've seen, across the league. As far as top-notch talent, it was some of the best I've seen in this conference for a while, and I kind of expect that trend to continue. It's a very competitive league. It's got a lot of good coaches in this league, and a ton of guys that move on to the next level, and guys that are going pro. So it is what we thought it is. It's very competitive and a constant battle, and something that we enjoy doing.
Who are some of the leaders or game breakers that we had last year that are coming back this year that fans can be excited about?
For us?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're excited to bring back Logan McDonald as our quarterback. Coming up last year, we even did a lot of good things, and we fully expect him to take the next step up this year. Certainly, we got some veteran DBs that are, looking at moving on to university, but we're kind of hoping we're getting them back. And guys like Desmond Jeanson and Remy Chiovo, certainly big playmaking guys that we can count on. James Moore is a kid in our D line that's, now going into his fourth season as well, that we expect to have a breakout and a very good season. And we got some youngsters coming in, some kids that are committed to us now that we're super excited about. So, it's been a quieter off season for us, and as far as what we're putting out in the media, but man, we've been putting in a lot of work and reaping the rewards so far.
You had Brandon Poulin here for 2 years. Can you reflect on what he did for this franchise?
Man, Poulin was outstanding for us. I mean, a three-time All-Canadian, if you count his returning and receiving combination. The kid was unstoppable at points, and certainly a huge impact for us, especially being with a young squad. And his relationship to Julian certainly shone through 2 years ago, and he was able to carry that over and have a very productive year last year as well. I think he just got named to the all-decade team, so it's nice to see a Valley Husker up in there. And, I can't say enough about the kid. The kid was an outstanding young football player for us.
If the government comes out and says in the next month that we're good to go in terms of, practicing, getting out, being together, how long would it take you to get the kids together and get those practices going in a camp setting?
Well, I mean, I prepared to open camp July 1st, and until we hear that we're not, we'll just be pushing it back based on the information that we're getting, So if we get told on, hey, on June 1st that you can good to go in a month, we're good to go, and that's kind of how we're preparing our guys. Like, we don't know when this is going to start, so you better be prepared for when it does, and it's going to come quick, and it's going to come on short notice, and you better be prepared. There's not going to be time to ease into it. It's going to be short and fast. It's probably going to be a shortened season, and and that's what we're preparing for. We're preparing for the unexpected.
Well, I'll play the role of Mr. Miyagi here and tell you to get back painting. Wax on, wax off. And we appreciate your time. Thanks for doing this, Bob.
Hey, awesome. Anytime. Good to hear from you, and take care.
That's Bob Reist, head coach of the Valley Huskers. I'm Warren Andrews of BBN Sports.